Bert Pedersen is on the air with me this morning. Morning, Bert.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Oh, just fine, thank you.
Good to have you in here. And been a little while since we have caught up on some things that Community Lifeline has been working on. And yesterday was the end of April. I know you kind of wrapped up your. Is it just the end of kind of the way you look at a year?
Well, it's the end of our shelter season.
Okay.
We have a conditional use permit from the city of Shelton saying that we can be operating November through April when the temperature reaches 35 degrees and below, with the wind chill factor, et cetera, et cetera.
I noticed that it was there were some days in April that it was open, needed the service.
We needed to be open, and it has been a long winter for people probably understand that when they're sitting in their house and it's wet and cold, but it has been much worse as far as the weather for the last 3 years. This is the worst one. We've been open over 100 days.
Wow.
And we're averaging around 15, 16 people a night. Some nights we were up to 26, 27. Other nights we were lower and so forth like this. And so therefore it's been a busy season. Each night we have to employ 2 people on for 12-hour shifts. So they got a little tired during some of these
I bet.
Some of these periods of time. And of course they're employees of ours, and so that's why we raise money so we can afford to pay them. We do get a stipend of some support from FEMA funds.
Okay.
But it does not cover all the expenses.
So according to the use permit, then you guys are open for what, about 6 months? I mean, technically
5 months.
5 months out of the year.
Yeah.
So that's 30 to 150 days ish.
6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Yeah.
And about 100 of those days open. So that I'm sure put a big strain on your resources.
It has. It did put a strain on our resources and put a strain on our staff. They were a little tired.
So is it when there are multiple days where the nights go below freezing and you're open, is it a 24-hour opening, or do you close during the day to kind of clean up and then reopen?
We close during the day. We're basically open 8 to 8.
Okay.
8 in the evening till 8 in the morning.
Okay.
And this also includes one of our other programs. If they are in the shelter, they can take a shower the next morning. So normally we have showers only on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But during shelter season, they can start their day with a nice hot shower and be on their way.
Community Lifeline is a 501c3, and they volunteer, and it is a donation-driven. You can learn more at cllshelton.org. Also, there is a good Facebook page there at facebook.com/Mason County Homeless. We'll put the links on these interviews when we get to them. So talk to me again. You said about 15, 16, sometimes up to about 26 or so people. Is that an average number over the last couple of years, or now that your season, I guess, is how we think of it, is over? Do the numbers look higher than they've been in years?
They look about the same.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, it's we did the homeless count this year, a point in time in January, and it showed though that there were more quote homeless people. But people are living in encampments and so forth like that. And somebody asked, why in the world don't you come into the shelter at night?
Yeah.
Well, they would have to leave their stuff.
Oh.
And they are afraid that their, quote, stuff might disappear if they went and left for the evening. So that impacts our numbers. The other thing that impacted us a little bit, not much, is the shelter in North Mason shut down. It was at Thiller Center. Yeah. They decided, but they weren't really having that many people. They offered to put anybody who wanted to come down to our shelter in a van and bring them down. And that only happened a couple times. So it didn't really impact that. But again, we were the only cold weather shelter in Mason County.
It's important to know that many folks are just, potentially a paycheck away from this happening to them. So how can someone listening offer up some help, a volunteer, or the donations, or what are you looking for? What would be good to help out Community Lifeline?
We are looking for, numerous volunteers. Number one, I'm looking for more board members.
Okay.
And again, we are a working board, so each of us have our responsibilities to help out at the center, whether it's serving meals or working with the food service people or helping with the programs and things like this.
Okay.
Construction, if you have any construction skills, we'll be more than happy to utilize you. We're almost to the point, in fact, we hope to, in this month of May, pay off the building in its entirety. And we just need a few more dollars, so if anybody wants to contribute and be the one that puts us over the top, we'll be more than happy to have you send us a check, and we will acknowledge you.
That's going to be great moving forward to not have to worry about that burden.
Absolutely. And then we can work on, of course, fundraising never ends.
Yeah.
We can work on doing some interior remodeling and so forth like this. One of the things we did get for this coming year, in fact for the summer, is a grant from the Community Foundation of South Puget Sound. And that was to put on classes with other community groups and mentoring with other community groups to help people who are in need, who need some direction. And this is what we hope to have done.
Maybe some financial literacy classes.
Financial
like
literacy.
That.
One of our partners, and they have their office in our building, is Asset Building Coalition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so therefore we have worked with them on putting classes together and so forth. And so this is what we're looking forward to.
Allison Malushnik does great work with the Asset
This
Building
is her first day back after being on maternity leave.
Well, you can welcome her back then,
yes,
too.
Indeed.
Come by, bring a donation, and welcome her back.
Absolutely.
Community Lifeline, homeless advocacy, and case management as well. It's cllshelton.org. There are lots of ways that you can get involved by donating, attending meetings, just understanding a little bit about what they do. Is the word getting out to the homeless community that you are available for them, or is there still, you think, pockets of either folks that go from couch to couch, and I know there's a lot of children that are involved in that understand that Community Lifeline is here, as well as the folks out in the encampments in the wooded areas?
Well, I think a lot of them are aware. The awareness is within the community itself. We're finding that a lot of people don't know who we are,
sure,
and what we do. And again, we're homeless advocates. We have the shelter, we have the shower program, but we also serve meals 365 nights a week, or a year.
Yeah.
And we can tell by the numbers of people who come in. At the first of each month, our numbers run around 30 to 50. Mm-hmm. Toward the end of the month, 180 to 200.
Wow.
Because people's stipends have run out, and so forth like this. And it isn't only just homeless that are coming in, it's people who are hungry.
Yeah.
And might not have the food to serve their families. They bring families in and so forth like this.
Lots of folks, perhaps even just your neighbors, have these underlying issues just below the surface you may not know about, but you're able to help them out, and helps out the community. Very good. Bert Pedersen from Community Lifeline. Again, cllshelton.org. On Community Lifelines on Facebook at Mason County Homeless. We'll put the links on the website as well. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for having us.
We'll check in a couple months or so, less than that, to see how things are going.